I don't do the news a whole lot and I don't watch a lot of news, so I miss things that happened and I should have seen them ages ago and I didn't. Case in point, I want to get into the kids today have no idea what a prank is. I see what they're doing and calling us pranks now a lot of the time, and this shit is just stupid. Get your ass beat. You know, you're lucky that you don't get hurt way more often. Man, I can't believe I'm stumbling over that crap. Anyway, I'm talking about one I didn't hear about till long after it had been settled, and then the guy was found not guilty. But that kid in that mall that was using a translation app of some kind to bully some dude that was like a third his size, and that is considered a prank. And when the guy told him to get lost and kept trying to get away, eventually, the guy pulled the gun and shot the kid. He survived, apparently. This happened quite some time ago. The kid apparently still has not realized what he did was stupid. I mean, he's going to capitalize on it, I'm sure. And I'm sure that he grew in his followers huge because he got shot. And somehow it's going to give him some street cred now as a prankster. But that's not a prank. That shit he pulled, man. If he'd have pulled that back in our day, he'd have been lucky if getting shot and surviving was all that had happened. He would have got a serious beatdown by probably a half a dozen people. He'd most likely have been in a coma because of the trauma he would have received being fucking curb stomped. But no, these idiots don't know what a prank is. You know what we called pranks back in the day? We had some pranks that were probably stupid and some that were funny. Like one, I had a buddy who would sit there and he only ever pulled it off actually once. Once he pulled it off, but it kind of became legendary back home. And that was, he pulled the guy's sock off when he passed out and he took it off to the bathroom and he shit in it. Don't ask me the details. Nobody's really clear on how he managed to shit in the sock itself, but he got it done and it became a legend. Everybody was convinced that he would do if you passed out near him, and he pulled it off once, and it was to somebody he knew he could get away with it for. You know, I had an uncle who, if you fell asleep near him, he would pull the end of your socks just off your toes, and it would cut the end of your socks off with the scissors. And he's damaging property, but that is kind of a normal prank. Just going up and bullying somebody, not a prank, okay? Seriously, not a prank. Or the other one I seen recently, the so-called, I saw it and I don't know how long it had been on. Sometimes things show up in my feed and they've been out there for a year already. And for some reason, they all of a sudden just come across. But this one here showed up. And what it was a couple fucking kids, really, sitting there doing breakfast in Walmart prank, where it looked like they busted out a table and some of the cooking stuff from Walmart and then started actually like cooking and eating it. And that's supposed to be a prank. That's not a prank. That's just vandalism and theft. That's not a prank at all. And people be doing this too much in the stores. Okay, so there's a reason that they do this is because let us, Gen Xers and stuff, let the younger generation get away with shit. You want to stop that nonsense with the younger generations? You know how to do it? You take these people that disrespect in stores or out in public and all that, maybe start treating all them and dealing out the same type of punishment that you would have got in the 70s in Las Vegas from the mob. You go do something in my store, I'm going to drag your ass into the back room and lay a beating on you and toss you out in the alley. And then you'll think twice and you won't do it anymore. But they don't understand pranks anymore. Pranks are something funny, something outrageous, and it had to kind of have a build-up as a surprise hook. Let's put it this way. My buddy who had shit in the other guy's sock, okay, they got back at him eventually. He had passed out and they took the expanding foam shaving cream. And while he was asleep, he wasn't drunk, he was just asleep. They quickly took the nozzle up his nose and filled his nasal cavity with as much shaving cream as they could before it really expanded. And he was spitting shaving cream out his mouth and nose, and he was gagging on it. Oh, it was nasty. It was mean. And he said that was horrible. That was the worst thing ever. It was extremely painful. He admitted it was a good prank and it was a great get back, but he asked everybody never to ever do that to anybody again because it was the most painful experience of his life, having the shaving cream constantly expanding up in his nasal cavity. No, he never got sick or poisoned or anything like that from it. It all worked out just fine. And then he didn't have a lot of pranks. We had town pranks. Like I seen recently, it was somebody in the one GENX Facebook group that I'm in that I look at once in a while. And it was apparent some kids, I guess, wanting to TP somebody's tree now. And it was like 4 sad strings of toilet paper and most of a roll still on the ground. Like, do people not take pride in the artwork of that anymore? That was artwork. You would do it and you'd go out and you'd get the kids with the best art, man. So you could get that and spiral that roll up over the whole top of the tree and you drape that whole thing. We once wrapped an entire police car in toilet paper. Now, we knew the cop. We knew that it would be all right and there would be no charges and all that stuff. But at the same time, he did give us a warning that what if at the time that he noticed it, it was because he was running out to an emergency call. He had to wipe all his toilet paper off his car. And we're like, yeah, sorry about that. Shouldn't have done it. Car off limits. How about the police station next time? And he just laughed and said, I dare you. And it was left at that. But that's a prank. Doing this other dumb shit that is going to get you beat up, stabbed, or shot. Like, you see these guys that go and try and pull these wise ass pranks on a cop. I mean, in this day and age, do you really think that your stupid ass should be doing that to a cop? Like, what is wrong with you guys? You just at that age yet where you're still too young that you're just dumb. That you don't know anything. You're a complete idiot and a moron. And, I tell you, I watch a lot of these guys do this and they are a perfect example as to why we almost need a retroactive abortion law. You know what I mean? You sit there and you'd be like, buddy, man, you just should not exist no more. You're a waste of skin. You're a bolo. You're a second gear. You are not worth having around. There are a lot of them out there. Anyway, that's it. Quick rant on pranks. This is Drac saying until next time, peace out, and I'll talk to you later.